All right, so I'm used to having a producer, so I'm not so good at filming myself on my phone. But anyways, I'm at Global Pet. I don't know if all of you want to see a trade show where only people in the trade are invited. The civilian population, hobbyists, aren't allowed to go in there. It's the East Coast trade show for our trade. I'd say 90% of it's cats and dogs, and then maybe 5% aquarium. The West Coast show is called Super Zoo, and that's in Las Vegas. They're both in cool locations. The other one that I'm in right now is Global Pet. That is in Orlando, Florida. So I'm on my way, and I'll walk through it, show you some highlights of the aquarium section. I really don't want to spend too much time on cats and dogs stuff. I like cats and dogs, but that's not what the Fish Files is all about. Otherwise it'd be called, something else. So this is just going to be pet stores and pet chain stores. So let's go in. Ooh, I like it already. Fish. A little theater for, I guess, occupied kids while the parents are off shopping. Oh, that's funny. I don't know who this person is. Hi. So I just got my registration. Yay, Red Higgs said something bucks. All right, let's follow the people right into the show. And I really like the theme this show. It's aquatics. I mean, like I said, it's 20% or security. Gotta get past security. Hi, thank you. Here we are. Some people still setting up. This is the very first day of the show. Some of those have just giant, tall booths. There's Hygger. You've got a lot of aquatic products. I'm going to take a look at that booth. Now let's go find where aquatics is first. First things first. So as you can see, cats, dog stuff. More cat, dog stuff. Cat, dog stuff. Hills, food, dog food. Tickless. I guess I can figure out what that's for. I am going to continue my walk and find where the heck aquatics is in this place. Look at this. I'm getting towards the center of it, and I don't see a single sign of aquatics yet. Hearts. Even Hagen's like all cat. Don't worry, aquatics is a growing hobby, so there will be a nice section. I think I found it. Well, first, seen some signs of Hagen there.
Can't buy everything.
Some signs of aquarium. Where are they at? I thought I found it. There's Aquarium and Zilla. Those are parts of their Aquarium's obviously an aquatic part of Central. So at least I'm going to start there. We might be getting closer. Central Pet, for those who don't know, is a public corporation, a couple $1 billion in size. It sells and owns all those brands. It sells quite a few more brands, but actually owns those brands. Some in aquatic trade, some in cats and dogs, and reptiles like Zilla. Hey, Chuck.
Hey, what's up?
This is Chuck. He runs
Hygger.
And
we are the Think Tank.
Think Tank for your tank. Finally, we found aquarium people.
They're a good 15 to 20 of us right over there.
There they are. Okay.
Everybody should be looking at the Hygger booth. Come on out, come and see us. Otherwise, Randy's going to give you the wonderful tour of what is Global Pet Expo.
Thank you. A few guys bounce around to different places. Chuck used to be with this company, which is JBJ. They make aquarium pumps, and I'm just going to say hi to them. Oh, Manny. How are you doing, Manny? Good to see you. There's a lot of shaking hands on this thing.
Yeah.
Manny is operations head of JBJ, which makes excellent small aquariums. What's the biggest aquarium you guys make?
Largest is 65 all-in-one aquarium.
I didn't know you made that big a tank.
65, we go
Gallons, not liters.
gallons.
Oh.
Yeah. Comes with 12 millimeter low iron thick glass, 2 overflows with 4 insops, and 2 return pumps.
Wow, and the brand name is JBJ. Is that the same name? What's the brand name for the aquariums?
JBJ Aquarium.
JBJ?
Yeah,
Okay, that's smart. The sub-branding I don't think is a good idea.
Well, we have the 25 gallon here.
Oh, let's take a look at an aquarium.
So it's this style, but it would be a 65-gallon tank, so 36 inches left to right.
I
This
take
is
it.
a 25-gallon.
I take you got your chiller on, so you have cold water. That's what the.
And that's where
Ah,
all
very
the guests
practical.
get to show. Yeah.
All right, for real stores, not like
Well,
me.
Well, no, for everyone. For everyone. But,
All right.
This is our chiller. It's the only UL approved chiller on the market.
No way, I didn't know that.
Yep. It's a 1/10 horsepower to 1/3.
UL is difficult to get
It is
for any.
very difficult
I've
to
done
get.
that process.
But yeah, the 1/10 will do about a 75-gallon tank.
Oh, right on. That's what we have on our. We put one on our plant system. Is that one? Do you think?
This one.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yeah, and it's probably the most quiet. Well, it's one of the quietest chillers on the market.
Our freaking warehouse, it doesn't matter, but
Yeah, no,
so
but
loud.
in a home, it does matter.
Yeah.
You're talking about 45 decibels, so it's like
45? That's very low. Oh, excellent. This is something from JBJ, a little sub-brand. I don't like sub-branding, but they have Aquazen, which is a little setup that we sell our comrades at aquariumfish.com. And this are the manufacturers.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
This is for aquariumfish.com, and for they're sponsoring my little
Sure.
thing here. But it's the fish files, to show the fish files.
Okay.
I'm sure you've liked and subscribed to the
Yes.
channel.
Yes, I have.
She says she did.
Okay, let's go this way.
Okay.
This right here is our Zen line. So we have the Zenscape, a 4-gallon and a 10-gallon.
4 gallons is, I'm sorry to interrupt, but 4 gallons is the smallest?
4-gallon is the smallest
All
right
right.
now. So it comes with the light filter, the soil to get it started, and then 2 liquids that can get things going quickly.
Nice,
Water
clean.
condition and the all-in-one fertilizer.
Okay.
And then as far as the light, this one is good for like escaping, good for plants. Fish like them, you know, the flow is not too much. We have a betta in there.
No, it's a nice, quiet looking tank.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
look at the filter.
So it's a corner filter, you can go this way or you can actually go sideways as well.
And believe it or not, for small tanks, it is enough because they're going to be putting small little clean fish in there and
Right.
shrimp. And is this different lights or just the same, just one setting for the light?
It's one setting for the
One
light,
setting?
just on and
Okay.
off. You can put on a timer, but you know, it's usually just, you know, a quick click, you know, on and off.
I'm sure you chose the best setting,
Yeah.
of course.
Daylight.
Okay, here's the exotics and aquatics section. We found it. JBJ was on the outskirts of it, and we're going to plunge into it. There's Spectrum Brands, which used to be Tetra, but Tetra's now just a sub-brand of Spectrum Brands. Not nearly the company it used to be when I worked for them. By the way, before I meet with these guys, just to let you know who 5D is. Glofish can only be produced by 5D in the United States. They have a license with these guys, Spectrum, who owns Glofish. They bought the Glofish brand and the patent from a guy in Austin, Texas, a very clever lawyer who licensed it from a company in Singapore who invented the thing with a Chinese doctor who started splicing jellyfish and aquarium fish to get glowing fish, actually phytoplankton, not jellyfish, but jellyfish sounds even weirder. So with phosphorescent phytoplankton and glowfish. So anyways, I gotta talk to 5D now. Here's something, these have been off the market. Glow angelfish, but here's a new one. You're first to see it, green glow angelfish. Their perculum's open. It's out like that. Hopefully they work on breeding there. Pretty color. Yeah, these are popular. Expensive. Retail for around $50. But beautiful angelfish. Angelfish slash 5 and 6. Those. See? There we go. Open up perculum. Good solid color. That's grade A. And then they're rating grade B up here. But anyways, let me go look for fellas I need to speak to. Well, Brody's our sales guy for Southland Aquatics, and he manages sales for a lot of people. I'm one of the smaller clients, I'm sure. And you, Dave, I've met you before. You're a sales manager too. Okay. but I haven't worked with you before. Yeah,
Pardon?
I've met you before, but I
Yes,
haven't worked with
last
you.
year.
Yeah.
I just started with 5D a little over a year ago.
Oh, okay.
I was in independent retail for 35 years prior to that.
Oh,
Primarily aquatics.
so you really know what you're.
Yeah, I fought from
The
these
problems.
guys for 16 years, which is how I came to be here.
Ah, okay. All
I
right.
bought so much from them, like, why don't you just come work?
Randy,
Yeah.
I think you should focus the camera less on us and more on the fish right over there.
Oh, okay. He wants to sell us. These are sales guys, by the way. Okay, and I'll even show the brand 5D. Though you, audience, do not buy from 5D, you buy from aquariumfish.com or your local pet store. Pet 5D is the ones that sells the fish to me, and I sell to those guys, and you have to buy from them. So, anyways, that's how the finances work. So more importantly, the fish. So, this is the newest fish is. Well, what's a regular fish? The green glowfish is new. That's not even on
Those
the trade.
won't be on until the end of July.
Okay, all right. I see you got some. These ones have that little open curtain on, but they're
Well, it's not open, it's translucent.
Just
So
translucent?
it's actually there. It is actually intact. If you look real close, it's got the blushing gene to it,
okay.
just like a lot of the other angels do.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's more prevalent in the green than it was in the red.
All right. All right. So there's no survivability aspects. Nothing. It's just
No, we haven't seen any difference between the greens and the reds up to this point when it comes to production and survival and behavior. And now that the reds have been out for so long, people have noted that the reds act just like any other angel. There's no recessive gene like shyness or anything like that, like some people might have assumed there would be.
aggressive levels about the same.
Identical.
Beautiful fish. Retail point for these guys, I think, is landing around $50.
So, well, the MSRP for the seller size, which is usually slightly smaller than these guys, the MSRP is $29.99, but we see people retailing them anywhere from $35 to $59.99 easy.
Okay, so for the large ones, maybe 59, or 50, but the small ones that you normally see in the trade, when they get back on the trade, I've had a hard time getting them.
Everybody has. So,
Yeah.
hurricane has some impact, unfortunately.
Okay.
Production just came back in line, so we're hoping that by about mid-April, we're going to be back on track with the reds. And as I said, the greens will be back, be released by the end of July.
I think that's
Oh,
it,
that's
too.
good news.
These
July.
are pretty representative of the seller size, what you should see in most.
Yeah. What do you guys call? I would call these 2-inch or 50-cent dollar size.
We refer to them as select.
Select size.
That
Okay.
select is the typical, slightly bigger than quarter, not quite silver dollar body size when you're measuring angels.
Gotcha.
Usually got regular, select, mediums, large, and then extra large.
Sorry, I got you a little close up.
Nobody
Okay.
wants to see that.
Oh, perfect for the camera. Long fin. So, long fin versus regular fin tetras, health-wise.
Identical. There's
Identical?
definitely no
Okay.
difference.
All right.
In fact, when I was running my stores, I actually sold more of the long fins than I did the short fins. And one thing I discovered, personally, is that I did better with the long fins under standard lighting, just under regular white light versus
Yeah.
blue light, because the extensions on the fins show up better under the white light. But
Yeah,
once I
you're
brought
right.
those in, I probably sold about 20 to 30% more of the long fins than I did the standards, and I carried both at the same time.
What was the price difference?
About 20% difference, about 20% more.
So
Pretty
$2,
negligible.
$2 maybe more
Maybe,
for the long
if
fins.
that. I made like $1.50 somewhere in there.
Okay, that's good to know because I stopped carrying the long fins probably because I was overcrowding them in the tanks because I was having some ick problems. So I thought that might be passing.
I've never noticed a health issue between
Okay.
either of those, and I would stock both pretty heavy.
It's going to make me stock. It's going to make me stock both, Brody.
I've added them to your order this week.
I mean, shoot. Sorry, public. All right. That's what you want. More tanks tied up with glowfish. I like to go along and look at some of the guys I don't normally buy from, like Consolidated Fish Farm. See if they have anything cool. And this is a very cool tetra. Look at those guys. Penguinish tetra. Dang it, I don't have this in my warehouse. That looks like a pretty cool tetra to have. All right, we're gonna find out the pricing. Ooh, look at those cool things. Yeah, saltwater. That's still good to know. I don't know if I get into the business of saltwater, I'd rather just look at my friends down the street and see living creatures. These guys are Pro Aquatics. Nice and clean presentation. Quiet area. First day of show. Everyone that has pet stores goes to cats and dogs and all the important stuff first before they go to the aquariums. So we usually get most of the business on the second day. Here for people who want to know a little bit more about the trade, Seagrass Farms was the largest producer of aquarium fish with farms and ponds all over Florida. It started by Mr. Seagrass. Some of the family, I think, still works for the company, but it was purchased and then purchased again and then purchased again by now the latest owner is Central Garden Pet, who is that distributor I showed you earlier. They own Seagrass Farms. So I got to talk to the Hygger guys. These guys I wanted to distribute. I love Hygger foods. We sell Sera. I love Sera foods, but Hygger has really nice frozen foods. Unfortunately, everyone they need as distributors has the line. They don't need me. So I'm with the Hygger gentleman. Hi, I'm Randy.
Oh, more, nice to meet you.
Pleasure. And I buy their food from one of their distributors, Allseas, and feed our discus and our elephant nose and some of our eels with frozen bloodworms.
Great choice.
Yeah, so you know more about food than I ever will. So the question I have is frozen bloodworms, are you doing the right thing with discus?
Yeah, they're a great choice. They're sucking the worms out of the muck in the wild, so it's a great substitute in captivity. And our bloodworms are biopure, so they're treated so that they don't have any unwanted parasites. So
great.
Discus that you're keeping in captivity, it's
Yeah.
a great food choice because you're giving them something that mimics what they're having in the wild without any of the harmful parasites that you can get out of feeding live worms.
That's great to know, because we used to feed our blackworms, our discus live blackworms,
Yeah.
and a lot of times those guys came in with some nasty
There's
stuff.
in there and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Our stuff is all sterilized and it's treated, so you're guaranteed not to have any unwanted hitchhikers in your feed.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you. Okay, one more question then. So tubifex and bloodworms, different but similar applications.
They're both high protein. The difference really is the size. The bloodworms are a larger animal, and the tuberfish worms are a thinner, smaller animal, but they're both just as palatable, so the fish will go after both the same. Nutrition-wise, you're neck and neck.
Okay. I wonder if the tubifex would be better for elephant nose, because they have a tiny little mouth, maybe.
It really depends on just the size of the elephant nose. A large adult will be fine with either one. The smaller ones probably prefer the tubifex, but they're both small and soft, and they should have a problem.
All right, and brine shrimp. I know you guys sell a lot of frozen brine. Is that for just a treat primarily?
It's palatable. So finicky fish or fish that have just been imported or shipped around will eat them right away. I wouldn't use it as a daily staple diet. However, we do gut load our brine shrimp, so they're fortified with vitamins and minerals. It's just very good to get fish that aren't eating to eat something right away because it's attractive when they go right after it. It's palatable and you fish enjoy it. And it's great to get the metabolism going. It's just not a staple daily diet.
All right. Well, I'm going to let these guys talk to real customers. Talking to Anthony, who is one of the kings of the aquarium trade with plants. And the plants you grow are in Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Right here in Plant City.
Yeah, plants. It's actually called Plant City,
Plant
isn't
City.
it? Yeah. So look it on the map. I'm not kidding. It's called Plant City. That's where your aquarium fish and plants, well, some of your aquarium fish and all your aquarium plants are coming from. So this is your display over here.
It's our display. Yeah.
What's some popular easy plants? Because I had a little episode and I'm not an expert, but I said Anubias, Java fern.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, our Amazon sword's probably one of the most popular. Our Anubias do great. The potted on the bottom, we've got them displayed nicely here.
Oh no.
So potted are really easy because you can take them straight out of the pod. They ship a lot better.
Question
They're hardier.
that, because I've been asked. So they're in that little foamy stuff.
Yeah.
What do you call the foam stuff?
Rock wool.
Okay, they're in rock wool. Do you pull the rock wool off of them? You try not to
You can remove the whole rock wool insert out of the pot and just peel it back.
Just peel it back.
Peel it back.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's how it's done. So you don't keep them in the rock wool when you put them in your
You don't
aquarium.
have to. You can if it's easier to plant that, and
Yeah.
the roots will grow through it. But remove it.
Remove it.
Completely
Okay.
remove it from the rock wool and go ahead and put it straight into your substrate. They should all be rooted out. All of these are rooted into the rock wool. So once you peel it back, you can put them straight into your substrate.
That helps a lot. Thank you. I'm going to start passing that along. Okay, Anthony has a suggestion on some other easier plants for the aquarium. So you said plants on...
Yeah, Anubias on lava rock here. So that one's already established in the rock. All you have to do is drop that in the tank because it's already rooted into the rock.
You do that at the nursery?
We do that at the nursery.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And then up here we have an Anubias on driftwood. That's the same concept. So it's a piece of driftwood to add to your tank, and it's already got a plant established in that.
So to get that rooted in there, and you have Anubias and you have a rock, and you're at home, you use rubber band to keep it on there?
We do that like 2 months in advance, and the roots establish themselves in the pores of the rock. So at home, you don't have to do anything with them. You drop that rock with the plant straight into your tank, and it's going to stay there.
Okay. So I work with Southland Aquatics, handles a lot of aquariumfish.com stuff. So that's something that they should probably stock that.
Yeah,
I haven't been bringing that in.
Yeah.
So the stores sell a lot of the Anubias on rock and lava rock?
They do.
Okay. All right, so that's a new item. Now we're going to go find one of my old colleagues, John Fox, if we can, who is in charge of the Glofish project for Spectrum. Remember, Spectrum owns Glofish.
Hi, Randy.
Hello, how are you?
Excellent. Just checking out. There's Scott. Scott is from the Glofish guys, and he is. You're not really Glofish, though. You're Spectrum, aren't you?
Glofish, Omega, Tetra, Marineland.
Yeah. Okay.
Instant Ocean, all of it.
So who pays your bills? Is it Spectrum?
Spectrum,
Okay.
yes.
All right. So we made it to Spectrum. So we just talked to the 5D guys.
Oh, hell yeah.
So and I was just explaining how when I used to be the marketing manager for Tetra. It looks like you guys are kind of pushing Omega more and more.
Yeah. We got it in distribution now, and so it's been a lot easier for places that want it to buy it, and everyone's loving it. So I use it in my tanks exclusively.
Yeah, we've been feeding a lot of our fish with that stuff. We bought those 10-pound bags. Yeah, it worked out. I helped Denny Cruz with the packaging on that when he just left Tetra and did that thing. Oh, is John Fox here?
He should be. He is here, 100%.
I was keep an eye out for him. All right, we're going to look for more aquatic stuff. In the meantime, gotta wade through all this cat, dog stuff. Fluval. Oh, Fluval's beautiful aquariums. Part of the Hygger group. So let's take a peek at. I don't know Hygger guys, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm a spy. Look at that beautiful tank. That little stand comes with the system. It's a little expensive. I think that's a $300 setup, but it really is pretty. So a nice finished look about it. I think that's an improvement to the trade. And let's walk out to the main corridor here. And some brands I'm sure everyone's aware of. So now I'm on my mission to find John Scott, head of Spectrum Brands Global Glofish department. If I see something really cool, I'll stop. Dealer 54.99, 5 gallons, 2 sponge filters, air driven, with 1 air pump, and a dimmable light. So I'm done with my meetings. Oh, there's Zoomed. They're the king of the reptile products. We always have a really cool booth. That's a nice touch. And the owner of Zoomed, as I understand it, is a huge aquarium hobbyist. So he's always dabbling with new aquarium products, but it doesn't fit their brand, so they've never made a real deep penetration in that. that world, but the products are well thought through. I'm gonna walk in and see if there's anything noteworthy on the aquatic side. Well, here's something you see. Now, consumers can go to reptile shows. They have around the country, and they're terrific. They have a lot of cool stuff here at these trade shows. You don't have a lot of live animals, but everyone in the trade got in the trade because they like animals, so they're always a big attraction. They're not really part of the show. It's mainly a product show. Well, here's a little aquatic display for the reptile company Zoo Med. These are funny. Alright, they are. Whoops. Step away before anyone sees me. Nice aquarium. They're all looking similar. It's a corner filter. Not a lot of aeration though. I don't know if I'm 100% for that, but like I said, the owner of this company loves aquariums, so it probably is effective. I don't think he'd come out with a bad product. I don't know Zoo Med people, so that's why I'm not talking to anyone right now. And this makes me wish some of my customers would make me go into the reptile business, but it's so different than what I do. I'm a fish guy. That looks fun. What's up? How are you guys?
You're done.
Good.
No photo, sir.
Look who he is. Wow. It is Mr. Dolov, the founder of Galapagos, the world's finest, not the biggest, but the world's finest reptile company.
You started a TikTok channel or what?
I have. I have thousands of followers. I'm an influencer. Wear red socks. I'm not an influencer yet. Sera. After Tetra, the largest European manufacturer of fish foods, and they have a little foothold in the United States. I'm one of them. I distribute Sera, so I have to do my duty and go over and talk to them and see if they have anything new. I've designed packages, but I am one that, before is solid yellow, just for reference, but I'm one that always uses focus groups to figure out what's the best decision, because my taste isn't always the best. So, as I said, Sera's changed its packaging, and now I am speaking to Klaus Franken, who is, what is your position there?
Sales manager for the USA.
Sales manager for the USA.
And some other markets as well. But
yeah, so for us, for our audience, you're just saying USA, but he's like a global guy. And obviously from Germany, and Sera is from Germany. So fine German craftsmanship. We distribute Sera. I think all the packaging I have right now is before the transition. So I got yellow packaging. This is new. What was the thought process? I always thought the yellow was kind of, you almost lost it with just a solid yellow facing. So I see, is there some other thought behind attractiveness?
so for us it was mainly, let me grab one of the
Sure. They also make koi food.
So here's a picture of the old packaging actually, and
Yeah.
this will be the new one.
Mm-hmm.
For us the reason to change it mainly was the old packaging was just old. It looked a little bit outdated and not up to date anymore.
Okay,
with
so
the-
fresher look.
Yeah, we just want to have a fresher look. We also changed even the logo and everything, so the whole design changed. Our whole CI changed completely. But we also
And those aren't cartoons. You have live fish.
Yeah,
on the
live
cover.
fish.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did not want to have. We did not just want to change the packaging, the design of the packaging, but we also thought about, can we change the names? And this was mainly because of the USA, because we wanted, some people didn't understand the names of our products. Like we had names that even us as German didn't understand.
Yeah, I still have some of the old packaging.
Yeah.
I gotta put that on the show on this little splice.
So, but we did it like this now, that it makes more sense. For example,
Oh, that's
the Vipan Flakes, which is one of our staple diets.
Yeah.
Was called Vipan Flakes. What is Vipan Flakes? No one knows what Vipan is.
Right. It's terrific food, but you wouldn't know if you've never tried it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you don't know what Vipan means. Neither do I. It's not a German word. Now they are called tropical flakes, so everybody knows it's a tropical flake. Or we used to have the San. San is S-A-N. Even not a German word.
I thought I couldn't explain it to people, so I thought "san" was a German word.
No, we didn't know what it means. So now it's called color flakes because it's actually color flakes.
All right.
So we made it a little bit easier.
Fantastic.
This item used to be called Granule Red. So for the first batches that we do, we have a picture of the old packaging.
Yeah.
This used to be Granule Red.
Which means nothing.
Now we call it Cichlid Tanganyika granules.
Which is exactly what it is. 3 languages, that does no harm, that's great.
Yeah, the 3 languages we did, especially also for the American market.
Yeah, to change those required.
Because, no, but we have English here, of course. We have Spanish there because in America you have a lot of Spanish people, Spanish-speaking people. And then, since we also want to sell it to Canada, we also have French on there because the Canadians also need French on there.
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, so very thoughtful and considerate for our market. So everybody buy more Sera food. So Global Pet was a lot of fun. It's always great to see other people in the hobby, and most of the time I don't get to see these guys except in the trade show. So the next trade show that's coming up is going to be in Vegas. It's called Super Zoo. Very, very cool show. Very, very similar to the one we just saw. The only big difference is dog grooming. It's huge in this show because the World Dog Grooming Championships go on concurrently in the same exhibit hall as this whole exhibit. I mean, as the whole Super Zoo program is going. So you'll see a lot of the same people you saw at Global Pet, but a few more dog stuff. And then after that is going to be the Global Pet Show, which is not called Global Pet because that's really just the East Coast United States show. This one's called Interzoo, and it's every 2 years in Nuremberg. And that one's not for several months after Super Zoo in Vegas. But I'm looking forward to going to all of them and bringing you in there, and maybe even our producer if we can afford it. And like always, please like and subscribe. Put any comments that you would like to. And like always, please. And as always, please like and subscribe if you like this video at all, even just a little bit. And if there's anything you'd like to see on the Fish Files, please put your comments below, and we'll see if we can put a little thing together for it. Yeah, and if you liked any of these new fish at the Global Pet Show that you saw today, you will be able to buy them on aquariumfish.com, and also most of them will be available at your local pet store. There's no sense in going to a pet show, there's no sense in getting these fish unless you get an aquarium.